Hello, Jeff, and of course, as always, to everyone else listening in to us today. Yes, I've had a good week back from Moldova, so settled down a little bit more as far as the angling pattern's concerned, and I've been continuing with my tench sessions. So I've caught a few of those, not many. The lake that I'm on at the moment is fishing very, very slow, but nevertheless, mostly I've been on the right side of the line. How about you, Jeff? And I'll tell you what, you remind me of my friend Ian Clark. I call him the curse because every time he turns up, I'm fishing, I've caught something, he turns up just to see me, and I don't catch anything at all. I think you could be the Welsh curse, Jeff. Hello, Don. Thanks for your question. And of course, as we've just spoken there, I mentioned Talacra. You know that there will be dabs at low water. I've done my weekly radio chats, angling, which you heard just now, and Welsh football. I'm at Park Hall, so an interview with Craig Harrison, a press conference interview ahead of tomorrow's massive game for the New Saints against FC Petrocub, the champions of Moldova. And as is always the case during a midweek visit, not games, but midweek visit, I've brought some fishing tackle with me. After Park Hall, next stop, the Upper Severn. There's the river to the left of me, to the right, and in front. I've chosen a spot that has a lot of trees behind me and over, and the sun is beyond there because it's another scorcher of a day. And I like the sun, but sometimes it's nice to fish in the shade. I'm ready. Let's get some bait out there. Let's cast out, and let's be back with a fish. Small chub. Well, fancy that. It's a gudgeon. The very first species that I caught many, many, many years ago. Decades, to be precise. Even more than half a century. Second chuck. A sucked maggot. It's looking good. Got the fish out there already. Inevitably there will be lots and lots of small ones, which I don't mind. It is the summer. I've been to work. I'm having a few hours on this fantastic section of the River Severn, and if I do get amongst something decent, that's the icing on the cake. But as always, fishing is about pleasure, isn't it? And I was just sitting here thinking to myself, because I am in Wales, this is my Hiraeth. I've got a predator out there, that's a fact, because a small fish about that big, looked like a chub, shot from the surface of the water, then skimmed it a few feet on, and then shot on a little bit further and did the same. It was like watching a triple jumper at the Olympics. Not that I've seen any of the Olympics, by the way. I don't know if you have, but I didn't see any of them at all, the individual events. But I do like football. I'm not really a sports person in general, but I love football. The beautiful game. A chub. It's lively, isn't it? Wants to go back, and I don't blame it. Although if there's a big perch, big chub, or trout, or maybe even a pike out there, probably is safer in my hands for now. Nothing wrong with small fish. It shows that there's a very healthy river as far as reproduction is concerned. I'm catching a lot of fish, and as I so often say in this scenario, I'm not showing all of them to the camera. Still great though, even though they are small. That one's just gone back like a dart through the water. Didn't even capture that. I did mention the species just now, didn't I? Well, a nice tap, followed by a second and a third. On the rod tip I struck, and there it is. It's my favourite as well, the perch. the size of that one. That's tiny. Took the maggot though, caught fair and square. The first dace of the session. That's 5 species in total. That was really interesting because I cast out, tap, tap, tap on the rod tip, struck small fish on there, maybe another chub. I've caught stacks of them, lost count of how many chublets I've had this afternoon. And then the rod hooped over something bigger, had picked up the small fish, and for about 10 seconds I was playing what I think was probably a big perch, because then just afterwards I saw some commotion just downstream from where I was in the shallows. In fact, I was about to go over and film it, where I could see a bigger fish had got something smaller and was struggling with it. It was trying to get away, and as it was the shallows, I could see that the coloration looked like a perch. Very interesting indeed. It's not big, but one of the biggest, if not the biggest, that I've had so far on this session. I've just had a message from one of our players, wants one of his family members to run out with him tomorrow at the game. So I'm sorting some kit out, sorting all that out. Even though I'm part-time, even though I'm semi-retired, it's still not a 9 till 5 job. However, I'm not complaining, far from it.